Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Hubar begins now.
On the election campaign trail's home stretch, the clock is ticking for candidates to convince undecided Tasmanian voters. And while both major parties were on the attack, a large crowd had its own message to send.
In what the major parties have billed a cost of living election, there's another issue on the minds of many Tasmanian voters. And if this crowd had hoped to convince both sides of the aisle they're falling on the wrong side of the debate, the Liberals aren't buying.
The first demand from the Greens is to shut down the industries that Tasmanians rely upon for our jobs.
Labor, on the other hand, may be softening, dancing around questions on the matter, not once using the word salmon. But they did have plenty to say about the Coalition's nuclear energy plan, saying it could put $25 billion worth of renewable energy investments at risk.
Peter Dutton's nuclear plan will cost Tasmanians, they will pay for it in their household energy bills, and they'll pay for it in the loss of investment and jobs.
While you couldn't miss the Liberals' signature cost of living policy, promising to save voters a truckload of money with their 25-cent per litre fuel excise cut.
Under a coalition government, that fuel will go down to $1.45 per litre. That is immediate cost of living relief for all Tasmanians.
Almost 35,000 Tasmanians have already cast their vote, with 5 days now remaining until the official polling day. Billy Gibbons, 7 Tasmanian News.
The Tahune Airwalk in the state's south draws thousands of visitors each year with its sweeping forest views. But operators say rising diesel costs mean it will struggle to survive without support from the federal government.
High amongst the gum trees just outside of Geeveston is the Tahune Airwalk, a breathtaking treetop adventure not for the faint-hearted.
This one particularly, this is probably the longest one and has some of the most spectacular views, and particularly because of the river as well, which is quite fascinating.
Despite its natural beauty, the park currently relies on diesel generators for power, a costly solution both financially and environmentally.
It's unfortunate that whilst we're out here in the wilderness and in a lovely environment, we actually burn 200 litres of diesel a day.
Operators are now calling on the federal government for $1 million in funding to transition to solar and battery power, a move that would not only reduce emissions but secure the park's future.
We need to get more people to come here to become viable.
Around 50,000 people visit Tahune Airwalk every year. It's about 40,000 less compared to before the 2019 fires, which came within metres of the main facility.
Like, we came to here before the fires, and just coming back, it's still so lush and green and just so fresh, this fresh air, and it's beautiful.
Both local Liberal and Labor candidates pledging to work closely with the operators.
I think it's really disappointing when there's a project like what Ken is trying to do here, to be able to keep his costs down, to be able to keep the doors open, that we need to be able to have the government support these projects.
One of Tasmania's iconic attraction at risk of being left high and dry.
Oh, it's just gorgeous, you know, the trees and this sort of airwalk. It's just a beautiful place to come.
Lily Thompson, 7 Tasmanian News.
The first balls have been bowled on a brand new all-weather rink at Beauty Point. It's a major improvement for the club, which plays a big role in the small community.
After unveiling the plaque, the pressure's on the Premier.
Concentrate. I am.
With the first roll on Beauty Point Bowls Club's new green.
It was all right. Now, I've got to be diplomatic.
$250,000 from the state government replacing the turf with a slick, new, low-maintenance surface.
Not a comparison at all. You can just bowl on it all year round and it's even. Lovely to bowl on.
The upgrade is part of an election commitment to boost active recreation in Tasmania.
Promoting physical activity, social interaction, well-being, which is why it's so important that governments support community organisations.
The new rink is a big deal for the tiny club, which is more to the community than just a bowling green.
A lot of people come and join here for just getting together and having a chin wag.
Nick Kelly, 7 Tasmania News.
Starting with the NBL 1 South, and the Northwest Thunder were firing on all cylinders, leading to a dominant 45-point blowout against Keilor in Ulverston last night.
Achuair from deep. Oh, hits the shot clock buzzer.
But no luck for the Chargers men's team against United. A banked 3 from Geelong's Liam Herbert in the closing seconds, breaking the hearts of Hobart fans. South Hobart remains the only undefeated side in the NPL with an 8-0 thumping of Clarence Zebras this evening. While in the Women's Super League, Glenorchy Knights beat Riverside Olympic 5-1 last night. It's been a strong day of racing for Tasmanian Jed Beaton at the Australian Pro MX tournament in South Australia, finishing second place in his first race, but the second race was red flagged after an incident on the track. Beaton still leads the top of the overall table in competition points. The tournament moves to Victoria for the 4th round of racing next month.
Good evening. It was 19 in Hobart and Devonport today and 18 at both Launceston and also Burnie. A high of 21 degrees was recorded at Dunelly, Campania and Fingal. Bushy Park and Friendly Beaches 19, 18 on the islands, Low Head, St Helens and Grove. Smithton 16, 15 in Strawn, Lyweni warming to 14 today, but the overnight low was -3 degrees there. Areas of cloud were seen about the west, extending across the south this afternoon with relatively clear skies about the north. The close-up shows cloudy conditions about the southern coastline of Australia, driven by onshore winds. Tomorrow, a trough resides over Tasmania as a ridge of high pressure lies over much of the mainland. South to southeasterly winds 5 to 15 knots about eastern waters, southwesterly swells building to 3 metres in the south. Showers easing in Hobart tomorrow, 15 also in Dover, and ooze with a few showers there. A shower or two also in the north of the state, 19 the maximum in Launceston, Devonport 17 and 18 the top in Scottsdale. Burnie and Stanley can also expect a few showers, 17, much the same in Strawn with 16 degrees. Showery across the east also, St Helens and Swansea 17 and 16 in Ross. To the 3-day forecast, we're looking at Tuesday now. Showers about the northeast and the south, but they should ease throughout the day. Light showers about the south and east on Wednesday, but mostly fine elsewhere. And on Thursday, fine apart from light showers about the southwest as we welcome the very first day of May. With the long weekend almost done and dusted, here's the forecast across the country as we head back to normality tomorrow. A shower or two in Darwin 31, Adelaide, Canberra, Brisbane and Cairns all partly cloudy, and a couple of showers in Melbourne with 19 degrees expected there.